This is your friendly neighborhood gamer Djinn Candor. We're here, basically asking you a deep, deep question. If you had, let me put this out there. If for you guys out there that have ever played D&D, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I won't. I'll make it very clear to you guys. If you had a choice between any class of adventure work, right? And somehow all those classes come here to Earth. The classes go as follows. Mind you, I'm only going to give you the very bare minimum. If you want to go into subclasses, whatever, it's really up to you. Anyway, so the classes are warrior, the typical warrior, sword fighting, whatever. Then there is the rogue. Think Assassin's Creed. That's the closest thing as to a rogue you could ever imagine. A sorcerer. Self-explanatory. Just think Gandalf or Harry Potter, whatever. And a cleric. Think. It's actually very. It's basically a knight that is very religious. That's the best thing I can tell you about as far as cleric goes. And they're the healing class. If it was you, what class would they be? What would you guys be? I gotta know because I had that thought, right? And I think to myself, okay, cool. So between you and me, guys, and mind you, two classes. You can actually choose two classes. One to main and one to basically, branch out in. Two classes at the very most, maybe three if you really want to get into that conversation. So, for me, I'm going to be honest, guys, I want to do a class of warrior and mage. Why would I do that? Why would I want to do that? Well, for one thing, I don't want to be squishy. For one. And guys, I'm going to put this out there. If you have the ability to put points into whatever stat you can, and those stats will influence your life in real life, what stats would they be? Like, for instance, if you put strength, right? You put in strength, you would be a muscle man. You would look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. By the way, folks, like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that little bell icon, know when I'm putting out next vid. I appreciate it. So, if that would be the strength stats, if you could put it in your strength stat. How about your constitution? Basically, your health, speed, whatever. Well, not really speed. That is dexterity. Dexterity is a different thing. Dexterity is like basically your agility, your speed, whatever. Now, constitution is basically your health, how healthy you are, how much damage you could take. Now, intelligence. Intelligence is basically your ability to basically learn on the fly. For magic users, it's mostly important because you can learn and basically manipulate your spells. So, and of course, your charisma. Let me put it this way. Charisma is one of the best ones because you can negotiate your way out of anything. You look at the devil and say, yeah, you're done. Appreciate it. No, I'm asking guys, I'm telling you guys all this only in the fact that what if you had the ability to manipulate any of these stats in life? What would you put it in? What would you put it in, and what class would you do in D&D? Like I said, there is the rogue, there is the mage, there is the warrior, there's the cleric. Mind you, I'm only giving you 4 because there are classes that I didn't say. Ranger is a good one. I like that one. Think when you think Ranger, not the Power Rangers, just think bow and arrow and skullduggery. Warrior, yes, warrior. So you want to be strong, you want to be squishy. Personally, if I had the choice, if I had the opportunity, I'd do 2 classes for 2 reasons. One, I don't want the weaknesses of one class to affect me, because with both, I'll be able to basically subvert the weaknesses of either class. Now, warrior is great because you get endurance, you get strength, speed, and depending on what kind of build you're going to get. As far as the mage goes, it's good because it's good for versatility. I mean, think about it. If you're in a fight or something, and a good sword isn't going to do anything, right? I would like to have the idea or the opportunity to be able to cast something from far away in case, one plan basically fumbles. That's just me, though. Mind you, that's in a hypothetical situation. Luckily, life isn't as bad as it will test you to that limit. But hey, you never know. Life is funny that way. By the way, guys, again, like and subscribe helps the channel. Thank you very much, guys. So if you guys will ever check out my videos, I appreciate the love. Sincerely, I do. Now, like I said, that's just me. That's my choice as far as what I would do with said abilities. And people would probably ask me what I would do, what points I would put into what stat. Well, obviously, I would do at least 2 points in everything. Again, that would mean I would accumulate points, kind of like a video game, guys. Let's just put it this way. Think when you level up your abilities, right? You will be able to accumulate points, and those points could be put into your stats, and your stats determine how successful you are in your job. Again, guys, I would love to do that in real life, but you do realize if I ever had that power, I wouldn't be as fat as I am now. I put everything in either charisma or strength. Let's put it this way. I'd either be Hugh Hefner or Arnold Schwarzenegger. And if I really wanted to do it, I'd do it both. I'd do it both ways. I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger as far as buff goes, but I have the charm of Hugh Hefner. If you guys don't know who that is, well, good for. Don't look it up. If you do, beware. Beware. The point is, guys, I would do it if I had the power. Yes, I would use my abilities for good and maybe a little mischief. But I make sure that mischief does not hurt anyone. But I'd still do it, just to prove a point. My point would be, you are crazy. My point would be, this world is crazy. All I'm doing is evening the odds. And that is today's little aspect. Now tell me, you guys, what kind of points would you put into your stats? Again, strength, charisma, dexterity, constitution. And all I'm asking is, what would you put in and why? If you guys don't want to put it on this video, well, that's fine. Put it in the comments in general, and I'll read it eventually. But anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one, because I'll be doing another video tonight. Just so you know, it will be a video of a random game I'm going to be putting up. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And if it's not going to be tonight, it might be tomorrow. So the next video will be a game video. And if it's, point is, if I don't, I probably won't. Because there are days even I want to have a night off. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, be safe, and think well, because that's your homework for tonight. Think well, because I'll be asking you tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.